Aloha, I'm Leslie Tagorda, Aquarius boss woman, brand astrologer, and designer. Not long ago, I was an unseen business owner playing small. Then, using my astrology chart, I uncovered the luminary I was meant to be. Now I help entrepreneurs like you use astrology in practical ways to crystallize your brand visibility for brilliance, impact, and reach. We are currently in a huge global pivot, and it's your time to be a leader, your time to show up for your community and contribute your magic in the world. I believe you are here to shine brightly online like the luminary you are meant to be. Before we get into the astrology for the week of March 29th, I have two treats for you. If you've been thinking about your brand's online home and how it's representing you online, then you are in luck. Does your website allow you to show up? It is time to invest the time and resources into your website right now, as your website is the online home for your brand. I have a free web planning guide that is a comprehensive checklist of all the things you need to get your ducks in a row to get your brand's online home in tip top shape for this new online economy. Also, if you need an online community to connect and be inspired by other entrepreneurs evolving to survive in this new time, join me in the Savvy Luminary Facebook group. It's a free and safe place. It's inclusive for all of you to grow your brand's reach online using astrology. Hope to see you there. The Savvy Luminary on Facebook. All right, so let's get into the astrology of the week for March 29th through April 4th. We are not yet done with all of these big epic shifts. I think astrologers have been talking about these shifts since January, since before, talking about that Pluto conjunction with Saturn back in January. And everybody knew that something big was going to happen, but I don't think anybody had any idea how big, how much of a global impact that this has started. So we're not out of the woods yet. And I don't mean to be alarming. That is not my intent. But once we know the cycles of the cosmos, we can use those energies because we can now feel secure knowing that some of these things are written in the stars and that we actually have free will on how to use these energies when we know what these energies are activating. So on March 30th, that is on Monday, Mars, our fiery planet of motivation and activism, and, if you don't watch it too much, a little bit of anger, enters humanitarian Aquarius. So when Mars enters Aquarius, it's going to automatically activate Saturn, that's also in Aquarius. They will be meeting in the sky. And Saturn, while it's moved away from Pluto, it's still pretty close. All of these planets are still kind of piled up into each other, although it's kind of spreading out now. The planets are moving out of Capricorn and spreading into Aquarius, which is really hopeful because Aquarius is about humanity. Aquarius is about inclusivity and the love of all, right? It's a futuristic, forward thinking sign. And so when Mars goes into Aquarius, it's a time to fight for fairness, for a system that works for equality. It's time to activate a new paradigm. So, one thing with this energy, though, because it is so fiery, and because Mars, when the energy is used in its a low vibration, when we're operating from this place of fear, it can be really anger inducing. So we need to all be cautious with this reform inducing energy because things can get more chaotic. But remember, in chaos, chaos is the womb from which a new and more equal system will come from. It's forging something new right now, forging from the fire. So let's hope that even though things may be hot and murky right now, that this energy is going to benefit us all in the future. Mars is going to be staying in this humanitarian sign of Aquarius until May. We're in it for a little bit right now. So let's all fight and activate for the rights of all of us. It's time that we all see that we are in this together. On Friday, April 3rd, Venus enters Gemini. Venus is our lovely planet of connection and relating, of peace and art. And when Venus is in Gemini, Venus loves to relate and connect through intellectual pursuits. And I guess that's great because right now we're not able to connect on the physical plane, right? We're not able to touch each other, to love each other, to bond with each other, except through online, right? So over intellectual pursuits, of course, over social media. So find your people online right now. So many groups, including the Savvy Luminary that I host here, and find the resources that are online. Discuss your favorite music, literature, art, and bond over what stimulates your mind. Venus, she's going to be here until August. So if this is any indication of how we're supposed to relate to each other during this new time, get ready for a long few months of connecting online. Use this energy to your benefit to build your communities, to relate with each other online, because we're going to be connecting globally over the next few months online. Get ready. And don't worry, nothing lasts forever, and that's all right. Make the connections now through intellectual interests and pursuits. I'll see you online on Facebook and Instagram. And then on Saturday, April 4th, here is another big shift. Jupiter has been catching up to Pluto in Capricorn and now is at an exact conjunction. This is the first of 3 conjunctions that Jupiter will have with Pluto. Jupiter, because of its retrograde motion and it moves quite a bit faster than Pluto, it's going to be dancing over Pluto back and forth. And so this first one is happening on April 4th, then we're going to have one at the end of June, and then we're going to have one in the beginning of November. So we're looking at quite a long time where Jupiter is going to be really close to Pluto in Capricorn. So you know that whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. And Pluto is the powerhouse of transformation. At its lowest expression, Pluto can turn all of those fears into phobias and traumas and shadows. And not to scare you, right? I'm not saying those things to scare you, but to just have awareness around it, because we can transmute Pluto's power into its highest expression, which is developing and sharing power for all. The power of transformation, right? The power of rebirth. And so as Jupiter goes over Pluto, all of the things that are happening in you personally, in our collective, in our world, Jupiter is going to be exacerbating this, right? And it's in Capricorn of structures. So thinking about old world structures that are not serving the whole, those are coming down. And so have awareness here, because whatever Jupiter touches on expands. It doesn't matter if it's like, if you have gratitude and abundance, that will expand. If you're focusing on fear and scarcity, guess what? That's going to expand. And I know that I'm anxious too. I'm scared too. And I'm trying to be really centered and really grounded to keep my emotional state in check, because it's not going to help anybody if I'm like trying to walk off a cliff with my anxiety, right? I know there are a lot of you with me here on this. I've been hearing from a lot of clients about this. So the thing to think about, shadows and light. Light and shadows, we all have both. So right now through the end of the year, choose what's going to be amplified. Learn how to be grateful for all the things, no matter how small. There must be something that you're grateful for. Look forward to the transformations that are coming instead of looking at the transformations that are coming with fear. Look forward to them with hope, and we can all get through this Jupiter conjunction with Pluto and Capricorn together. Mahalo for listening to this brand new podcast. If you enjoyed learning about astrology for entrepreneurs, help me spread the word by sharing this podcast with your business besties, and hop over to the Savvy Luminary for links to episode notes and our free Facebook community where you can send me questions about astrology or branding, as well as connect with other like-minded businesses.